Good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. Hello and welcome to Sunday brunch. Let's see who's um let me answer this. Letting everybody know in the house that I'm starting alive. We've got grandparents in town, celebrated our Christmas. Oh, the overhead went wonky. Let me fix that. Um, let's fix the overhead. I don't know why, as soon as I hit go live, it decides to be insane, but it does. So, who knows? Likes to mess with me. Let's make sure we're got all of the things set up there, set there. Hey, Ingrid, how are you doing? Shelby, hi. Hello. All right, let's get the mouse out of the way. Today I'm going to be doing the little Christmas throw that I'm doing with my friend's fabric that she creates. But I did want to show you all the paper towels that the reusable paper towels that we started last week, that I made a couple of more using a couple of other versions. So what we worked on, I've got the hiccups. What we worked on last week were these mushrooms, which I like so much, and it's so soft. But so that's the mushrooms. Then I did these flowers and checkerboard flowers. And this one's even softer than the mushroom version. It's even softer on the back. I think I've decided that I'm either going to make the pajamas that I'm going to show off next weekend out of this little checkerboard flowers, or out of the other one that I did too, which are these hearts and rainbows, because it's got the softer backing than the mushrooms too. But so those are I did those the three prints, and they were just prints that I'd seen when I was in Joann's over the years several times. So I picked them up because they were. I looked at the receipt. They were $20 for 8 yards. When I bought them. Now I don't know if they went lower. I didn't go to the last day, but I did go to a couple of Joann's, and that was the best price I got for any of the flannel fleece flannel flannel fleece is the other thing. Flannel is that. Yeah. Hey, John. Excellent, lurking in the background while you cut fabric. Love to be the distraction. So today I am starting all of the fiddly bits that you've got to do to be able to create, blocks. I am starting off with 8.5-inch squares. It's going to be a 16 by 16 block Christmas throw, starting off with 8.5-inch squares. I'm going to snowball every square. So you'll see I started snowballing two sides of this one. I'm going to snowball all 16 squares, and then I have my layout. This is, excuse the chicken scratch, but this is the layout where I'll have sashing on some of them to fill out the 16 by 16, and then I'll complete the sashing around it and then do a border. that chicken scratch was while I was having really good Indian food one day. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'll get to today. I'm either going to get all of the snowballing done as well, but I was going to start off on those sashings that need to be done. So I was just going to put these together because I can just chain piece all of these and then get to snowballing the rest of these. This is going to be a free pattern out there in the world when it's done. So I can share the sizes, 8.5 inch, and I wrote it. So I'm not hurting anybody by sharing the sizes. Like, I'm not just sharing anybody else's information. 8.5 inch squares for the main, and I could show you the different fabrics. So it's these green big Christmas trees, little Christmas trees, red pinkies of the big Christmas trees and little Christmas trees, multicolor big, multicolor medium, then red background with big and small, green background with big and small. So I have 2 of each square of these. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 2 of the, I think it's the multicolors that I have. 2 of the multicolor medium trees, 2 of the multicolor large trees, and then 1 each of the small red, small green, large green. And they're all getting 1.5 inch snowball at all 4 corners for all of the 16 blocks. So that's what these guys are for. And then the sashings are going to be, the light green is a 1.5 by 5.5 inch strip, a bunch of 1.5 inch squares to go. Some of them are going to get 1.5 inch squares on both sides, on both ends. Some of them are going to get a 1.5 inch square and a 1.5 by 3 inch rectangle. And that'll all make sense. I haven't written the pattern for it yet, so it'll all make sense when we start putting it together. Like, some of the squares, like one square is only getting snowballed. Some of the squares are going to get things put on the left, the bottom and the right. Some of the things are only going to have stuff put on the bottom. It's a whole thing. So it's a whole layout that I'll show you in the pattern. Hey, Del Marie. How is everyone? So yeah, I was sitting at an Indian restaurant enjoying a really great meal. Oh my gosh, they do the place that I went to does their curry lady fingers, which lady fingers are okra in Indian cuisine, which I think is really cool. Not lady fingers like the cookies in tiramisu. But that was so good. And so yeah, I was there sitting around writing up a couple of different, oh, this is what it'll look like. I don't know if you can see that all well. The snowballed, and then it'll have the snowball and the sashing in the middle to make like a secondary little snowball in between all of the blocks. And then my 10-inch square pattern that I was also going to be freed. I'm going to finish that one up too. That's how I figured all of that out. And then I'm trying to figure out this lightning or stepped or lightning bolt. I'm in this thing where I'm digging layer cakes right now, 10-inch squares. So I was thinking about cutting them up, and I saw somebody did a bargello with a layer cake. So I was figuring out the measurements on how they did that. And then I liked this like lightning bolt thing, but I haven't figured out how it's going to look good. How I should spin it to kind of make it look good. Well, there you go. A quick peek into the weird brain of my weird brain as I'm sitting eating really good food. What is everyone else up to today? Are you all, John is cutting fabric. Is anybody working on a project or just hanging out today? Oh, yay, I'm glad you love the colors. Yeah, I love the way Julianne's mind work is really cool. And she actually paints these. So she paints them with different media, but she hand does all of them and then scans them to make them into fabric prints. And I didn't pick all of the things in this line, so there are a few more pieces in this particular Christmas line. And then she's got things for like kiddo, like babies and little kids. It's really pretty cool. I put her information in the description of this video. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I know Spoonflower isn't everybody's favorite, because I think because it's so small that it's definitely a little bit more expensive. But if you wait for sales, like they'll have 30% off sales, it's pretty cool. I've will definitely be, because my friend is on it now. I'll be using it for her things. Oh, John Marie says, finishing the last Christmas presents, cup cozies. Ah, yay, I like it. Are you doing, goodness, are you doing knitted or crocheted cup cozies, or are you doing quilted cup cozies? I've seen lots of videos of them this year. They're like some years they'll be super popular and some years they won't. I love the ones where they have a button on them and the elastic to hold it onto the cup. I think those are pretty. Okay. Everybody's figuring out what the plans are going to be for today. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and how many of these guys? 9 are going to have the 3-inch. So let me make sure I've got 9. 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, and 1, just in case. I don't know if you noticed, I'm using my little singer today because I had brought, and the serger's right over here. I brought the serger down, and Arnie, my semi-industrial one, the all metal one, is heavy, and I didn't feel like bringing it back over. So it's still over there, and my little singer is out today. So that's what we're using. Ugh. Gonna put the 3-inch by 1.5-inch on 9, and then all the rest will be the 1.5-inch blocks on the other side, and then on both sides of the rest of it. Oh, give out my full pedal. But I like it because I can just chain piece. Oh, Ingrid's working on Christmas gifts today too. Oh, Del Marie's cup cozies are monogrammed. Oh, and made out of cuddle. Yay. Velcro closure. Oh, that's a sweet gift, Del Marie. That's awesome. I love that. Oh, I just took off the little. What? Yeah. Okay, this is a question I've never asked. What is this little caddy called that's on the sewing machine? Is it just a little caddy? I know you remove it so that you have a free arm, which is cool on some machines. Not all machines have it, but I don't know that I've ever thought about what it was called. It's fun using this little machine again. This was the first one I made all of those rag quilts on when I first started. I've been letting Lauren use it. We went to the sew and sweep when we did the totes for the traveling wall for Vietnam. Ingrid was there too. I like it because it's got all of the decorative stitches that Arnie does not have. Arnie doesn't have any of those decorative stitches. So I'm working on the sashing and the snowballing because I haven't decided the layout yet. I'll get all this stuff added and then I will do the layout. Maybe I'll show you all a picture of that when I throw stuff up on the design line. Yeah. He's working on Gifties too. Math Geek said I'm redoing a few steps of a pattern I'm testing. Ooh, fun. You'll have to share with us the pattern that you're testing when you're allowed to. I don't, if you're testing it, that's not ready for everybody to see yet. But when you're ready, you should share that. yeah, on the share and the show and tell page. I think that link is in the description too. I would love to see what you're working on. I love pattern testing. And I love how fast chain piecing goes. When I get to the end, I'm not going to, goodness, I'm not going to separate them. I'm going to keep them together in the chain and then add the rest of the squares to the end. Goodness. We went to dinner last night. The whole family got together. Oh, it should be coming out in January. Fun. Yay. Got together in downtown Frederick. It was insanely busy. I know it's the weekend before Christmas, but I don't know that I remember seeing downtown Frederick that busy. It was wild. It was great though. I love it. But it was busy. And every Christmas, my son feels like it's only been like 5 years that we've been doing it. I don't know. I feel like it's been more years, but I showed it on my Christmas vlog, the Vlogmas a couple of years ago, the boats that they do on the water. And my dad and stepmom are up from North Carolina, so we met to walk the creek to see the different boats, and then we went into hello bass drop, and had dinner at an Italian restaurant on the creek, which was nice. Well, not on the creek, across the street from the creek. But it was a lot of outside in the cold, so I'm guessing that's why my throat is being wonky today. All right. So there we go, a little chained piece. Oh, it looks cute. As bunting. It looks adorable. So I'll just flip and add the squares to the ends. I've created an extra one. I think I feel like I cut extra for everything, but that's not going to hurt anything, so we're just going to go with it. I'd forgotten that this machine also has the where you don't have to use the foot pedal. You can just press start and stop. To start the machine sewing. I forgot about that. I don't know that I'd ever used it. Because I already feel like the machine. I guess it's just a difference between machines where I feel like Arnie, as soon as I lift my as soon as face drops trying to get a bird. Lift my foot off of Arnie, like the machine stops. He's like done. But with this one, it's like delayed response. Sorry for bass drop's body just going right across. Um, so yeah, like delayed response. Sorry, the just so much going on now. I'm answering stuff on my phone. I apologize for that. What's everybody's work schedule this week for the if you celebrate Christmas? Are you working through this week? Um, and then do you get to take any time off after Christmas, or are you off this whole week and then you're back the week of between Christmas and New Year's? Fret, the mom, has gotten into it too. she she wants to get them too. Funny. I work Monday, Tuesday, half of Wednesday, and then I'm off until the new year. Oh, Math Geek says my computerized machine is the same, always does extra stuff. Yeah, like when I say stop, I mean stop. Dang it! You would think computerized would be like, quicker on the draw, but no, it takes a little bit longer for things to get into its head. Yeah, Ingrid, it is fun fabric. I'm in just a couple of weeks starting my beginner FPP series at Web Fabrics in Virginia, and I'm super excited about it. I'm going to be going down and visiting the store. It's in Purcellville, Virginia, and I'm going to visit the store, make sure like what the setup looks like and everything. Because I have overhead camera and I have projector and I can, kind of do different things for a classroom, whatever, however it's going to work out best. So I'm going to go see it, check it out, because they've just opened up this classroom space. I'm very excited for them and super stoked that I get to be a part of their inaugural year with this new classroom space. Pretty proud of that. I'm definitely looking forward to the break for a good week. Just because I've done a lot of like little like long weekend kind of things for retreats and things, but nothing like like not as long as this. So I'm really looking forward to just relaxing, starting like recharging. I've got certifications I want to take next year. So I'm gonna be busy. It's gonna be a busy year for me. Got to get on the ball with Getting the details for the retreats for my guild. Like, there's stuff happening. These cats, they crack me up. The only one of them that's ever been an outside cat is Fret, the mom. So her looking at these birds like she wants to get them doesn't surprise me. Like, I feel like she probably could and has terrorized the neighborhood uh, bird population before we brought her in and made her an indoor cat. But the other ones, her children, have never known anything but a pampered life. And I feel like, were I to open the door and let them try to attempt to catch these birds, the birds would assuredly mock them. Because I watch them try to catch, like, if a fly gets in or a moth gets in, and they try to catch those. It's not graceful. It's not convincing. Charlotte, hello. Delry says, I'm retired but active with philanthropic projects. Love that. Oh, within the Quilt Guild. Love it. Next few weeks are pretty much open for family and sewing. See, that's a good recharge too, with family, and then your happy space in your sewing room or your sewing space, whatever that looks like. Hello, Fret. Can I help you with something? You're kind of in the way. Can you keep going, please? Toodle on. Come on, Mama. So funny. I don't know what angle you're trying to get to catch these birds. All right. Okay, so what I will do, I think, is finish these. I will iron. a right side and a bottom. Then I'll finish the snowball on this block, and I'll build it together so you guys can see what the vision is going to be. And then over this week, I'll finish all the snowballing, and then I'll do the layout, and I'll share a picture with you guys of the layout. Members, I might do a poll on the layout. Ask you guys what you think is your favorite layout. Before I start before I start sewing all of the options together. So that would be fun. Get y'all's input on what you think the layout should be. And then put that to a vote for the members, and then put it together and then share it. Not next week. I don't think I'll be able to get it all done by then. No, fret. No. With the holiday, I don't think that I'll be able to get it done this week. But over my holiday break, I should be able to sew all of the blocks. It's 16 blocks. It shouldn't be so hard. There we go. So let's see. We'll take the one for this side, and then we'll take one for the bottom. Get it pressed out. Keep this up and out of the way so the cats don't mess with it. Oh, walkers. There we go. Keep it out of the way. Get the iron turned back on. Ooh, Charlotte's done with Christmas sewing. Yay! This is a giftie, but this is a giftie for myself. And I'm going to back it with flannel too, so it's nice and soft. I think did we talk about this last week? Yeah, I think so, because we were doing the reusable paper towels. I love Cuddle. I love to back cut. It's fantastic. It's so soft. It's so fun. But it's expensive and it's messy as all get out. So a good alternative is a nice flannel backing. And I'm going to back this with flannel, and it's going to be my Watch Christmas Movies lap throw. Great. So these sashings are done. And I'll get the 2 more snowball onto this guy. I'm not drawing a line across the squares are 1.5 inches. I'm not drawing a line across them because I have the seam tape right here. So I don't need to draw the line, not for 1.5 inch. If it was longer than that, like, so I couldn't even see the seam tape, then I would worry about it. But it's a quick little, dash across this square, so not too bad. I don't like not having the cutter. I do like that on Arnie, having the automatic cutter and the knee lift. Oh, I love a knee lift now. All right. So sashing. Let's get these snowball. I know that folks like John with Guys Craft 2 have been opening Jenny's holiday box this year. So if you haven't seen that, ooh, John, don't forget to do the selfie thing so everybody knows your channel. But I don't know if you all have been, if you participated in and you have the box too, or not. Like, I did not get the box, but I've been paying far too much attention to their daily deals. And I've been having a lot of fun grabbing things that I was talking earlier about. I've been on a 10-inch square kick, a layer cake kick. So I've gotten a couple of fabrics patterns that I probably wouldn't have gotten before, but I just wanted to try it in some of the, just hurt myself. Some of the layouts that I've been thinking about, that are not, goodness, that are not revolutionary, but just fun. Like, again, the one behind me, I gotta finish up, maybe do just a video on putting it together. All right, so that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the back piece. So I don't have so much bulk. Some folks leave it when they snowball. They'll leave the extra fabric in the back. So feel free to do that. Some folks will do a double line, so they'll get another half square triangle when they're snowballing, which I think is brilliant. These 1.5 inch squares are too little to me to feel like creating another half square triangle would have been worth it. I was not going to wee little, I wasn't going to use a 3/4 inch little half square triangle. I know people are out there that do, though. They use it all up, and I think it's awesome. but I can barely get done all the stuff I say I'm going to get done. I'll need to add that too. All right, so we're going to throw this with this here. Yes, did I figure this right? I don't think I figured this right. Oh, no, I was supposed to do, oh, Gemini crickets. I wasn't supposed to do a 1 inch. I was supposed to do another all the way across one. Doop a doop a doop. I'm a dork. I cut the 1 inch squares for the bottom one instead of the 3.5 inch squares. No worries. We'll cut this off. This is what happens when I'm trying to get it set up right before I go live. Yeah, I needed this to be even longer. What was I thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. I definitely have it written down wrong. So I wrote my cutting instructions incorrectly. So what I need is let's see. So this is a 3. I needed a 4.5. Yeah, this is pattern testing live. I definitely wrote it down incorrectly. Instead of 1.5 inch squares on both ends, I needed 1.5 by 3 and 1.5 by, so this is 3, 4.5. Okay. Okay. Cool. Sweet. All right. Now I know. I'll have to redo these ones are good. Oh, yay. Glad I figured all this out here with you guys. Okay, these ones are good with a 3 inch on it. These ones with the 1.5, 1.5, I'm going to have to do let's sew this guy on and see how I feel about my maths, if my maths worked out right. Okay, so I think that'll work out. Boom, boom, but that's not long enough. Yeah. Oops, there we go. All right. So that works out perfect. But I needed this to be longer. Let's look at my maths. Quilt math, y'all. Quilt math. So 1.5, and then this is 1.5. Oh, that's what I was doing. Okay. 1.5 to end up 1. And so the light green actually needed to be 6.5. So that would be seven, eight. That, yeah, the light green needed to be 6.5. All right. So I just have to go recut that. That's all. Luckily, the light green, these I'll be able to use in the other layout for it. So where it's not snowballed, it's having the other layout is going to have like this weave look through it. So, okay, cool. Quilt math did not work out. And I was doing this in this and not in like EQ8, where it would have told me, hey, goofball, this is bigger than 6.5. This is bigger than 5.5. You need it bigger. So, yay me. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. Yay, we learned something together. But I do like, look at how nice that looks. Simple. It looks pretty right there. It's a great join. All right, back to the drawing board for the rest of it, though. We got to pull this down another 1.5 so it'll land on that. And then that way this will hang, when I do this one, that length, the 3-inch, it'll hang further down and it'll meet this one. So we'll put the bottom one on first and then it'll meet the longer one. That's how I had it in my head. Let's see, I have a few things, but have so much fabric already. Yeah, for sure. Ingrid says, I love saving the little half square triangles from snowballing corners, but haven't done anything with them yet. Well, but if you're saving them all, then you can do like a really scrappy, like with like what you've saved over the past 5 years, and put it all together. And it's like a memory quilt of all the things that you've done, all the projects that you've worked on. Mathgeek says, I like my half square triangle cutoffs. I usually trim them as I go to save time later. Nice. Yep. That's smart. All right. Let's see. What's it go? Oh, well, there we go. I realized my mistake right on time for us to wrap up for next week. So I will rip these, put the right size piece on, then send the layouts, and then put it together during the week that I'm off. Very cool. I do like how these colors, how they come together with all of the colors in the block. So I'm excited about this. So what I'll do is snowball for the rest of the day. That part at least is correct, and then I'll just fix the sashing. Which these three, no, this is correct. I had this right, but the sashing's not long enough. So the other little sashing would meet it. If its sashing was the right size. Okay, perfect. Yay. Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me a little bit today, helping me with my quilt math and get this figured out. I just need to cut, how many strips? 24 little 1.5 by 6.5 inch strips and put them back together again, and then we'll be golden. So I was right on the end pieces, not on the strip length. Oh, good. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys have a great Christmas for those that celebrate. I hope everybody had a wonderful Hanukkah for those that celebrated that last week. Or is tonight the last night? Potentially. I can't remember. Next week we'll be putting together little flannel pajamas, tank top and shorts. Haven't decided. I think I'm just going to do a tie string for it instead of elastic. And then, yeah, using my serger for the whole thing. So we're going to serge the entirety of it. And that'll be fun. I look forward to doing with that with everybody. Potentially maybe have some lives during the week that I'm off, but no promises on that. I don't know what we're going to end up getting into, but we'll talk to everyone soon. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Have a really great Sunday, and I'll talk to you soon. Ooh, let's get the mouse in the right direction. Bye, everybody.